What is good, everybody? This is your boy Aaron.
It's Brian.
This is the Courtside podcast, and we are back today, and we are reacting to Week 8 of the NFL season. Now, if you hear my voice, you see how excited I am. You see how energetic I am. Some of that is because of the coffee I just drank because I was a bit tired just recently. But we are here today to react to an amazing week of football. I got to tell you right now because elephant in the room. Packers won as I thought they were. They made history, having won in Pittsburgh since in 55 years. Amazing. And how ironic that the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers that they beat is Aaron Rodgers. Such an amazing story. But anywho, let's get to that game. The Sunday night game, NBC. Everybody's watching the revenge game, Aaron Rodgers versus the Packers. Oh, Aaron Rodgers is going to get his get back.
Get back for what?
That ain't going to happen. Let me tell you this. The first half, I'm going to walk it down. First half, atrocious. Absolutely abysmal, especially that second quarter, because I felt like the receivers for the Packers were letting Jordan Love down. Tucker Kraft, he dropped the pass on third down. Romeo Doubs, he dropped 2 passes. I think those were like the big 3 drops. I think they were on third down or something like that. They were letting him down, and Jordan Love was playing really good football. It's just the play calling wasn't consistent. They will run the ball 2 consecutive times when the first time didn't really work all that well. You didn't generate a whole lot of yards, and then you're going to run the ball again. And then on third down, now you got to play hero ball. Now you got to convert third and long and stuff like that. And the receiver drops the pass over again. And so the Pittsburgh Steelers, they were able to go down the field. Keyshawn Nixon had an atrocious, abysmal first half. I thought Kevin King was still out there. I was like, is that Kevin King, the corner? Is that Eric Stokes still with the Packers? I thought we were above this. I thought Keyshawn Nixon was above this. And Keyshawn Nixon, oh my God. First against the Cowboys, remember where he just malfunctioned and forgot that the play was still happening, and Turbin was able to catch that pass after that amazing play by Dak Prescott. He did the exact same thing against Austin when Austin did that one route. He just forgot where to track the ball. I'm like, he looked like Otto Porter at that moment. Remember Otto Porter on Shaq and the Fool where he forgot where his man was?
Mm-hmm.
That was Keyshawn Nixon at that moment. And he was getting burnt. He was burnt toast out there. I was embarrassed to watch. I was like, damn, it's so bad. Put Nate Hobbs out there. I was at that point, and Nate Hobbs is garbage. We paid him all that money. He's garbage. But man, that was such an embarrassing first half. But the second half comes around, and man, it was a night and day difference. The pass rush was able to get to Aaron Rodgers. The offense was able to produce down the field. Jordan Love, this was a top 5 Jordan Love performance of his career so far. He had an A. I don't want to say A plus. I'm gonna give him an A plus. Because what he did that game, he was so dialed in. 20 straight completions, tied a franchise record. Aaron Rodgers couldn't even do that. He nearly broke the record that was held by Brett Favre. He tied Brett Favre, a Hall of Famer. Unbelievable. He was locked in. His accuracy on a lot of his throws, the layered throws that he was making. Man, there was 2 plays Jordan Love made. That throw to Tucker Kraft, oh my God, which changed the momentum of the game. Remember, we were down at that moment. And then the other play, the other throw, where he threw it to Christian Watson, which was a layered throw down the field. He was incredibly accurate. He was able to utilize his legs, his mobility to buy time. And eventually he was able to get down the field and deliver it to Christian Watson. And that also helped with just the offense in general. That second half, the third and fourth quarter, Matt LaFleur, he started cooking. He started realizing, oh wait, I have all these great offensive weapons that I can utilize. Oh my God, I have Josh Jacobs. I have Emmanuel Wilson, who's been running good for us. I have Romeo Dobbs who could play. Oh, Christian Watson. Oh yeah, that's right. He came back. Oh yeah, he ran a 4.3. Oh yeah, Tucker Kraft. Oh yeah, we drafted him in like the second or third round. He's a pretty good tight end. Why don't we utilize him more? And we just kept going down the field, and Jordan Love looked unfazed every time, just like with the Cowboys game. Every time the camera was at his face, like he looked locked in. He looked like anything that was happening on the field, he was unfazed, and I loved it. Great win by the Packers. The defense, yet again, the reason why I picked the Packers to win, Devontae Wyatt, when I saw that Devontae Wyatt is available, I was like, we're winning this game. Because this defense is predicated on pass rush play. We are solely reliant on our pass rushers and also, to a certain degree, our linebacking core. When we have the pass rushers, when we have the interior and also the edge rushers, couple that with an Edgerrin Cooper and another linebacker that we have, we're damn near hard to beat on defense. But when you take away Devontae Wyatt, when you take away a Micah Parsons, then yeah, it's going to be a long day for that defense, because you saw what happened with Keyshawn Nixon and you saw what happened with Nate Hobbs the first 3 to 4 weeks of the season. You saw that Cowboys game, Brian. So I knew this was going to be a win for us. I knew that we were going to come back. We were going to come back in this game. We're going to be victorious. So nothing surprised me in that way. And I'm happy with the number 1 seed. I do wish we can come out and play better in the first half of games, but this game showed me the resilience, the fact that this team, even when faced with adversity, missed field goals, bad special teams, corner is getting cooked on the outside. We're still able to make adjustments and to come back in games, and our quarterback seems like every single week he's getting better and better in these type of situations, and I love it. So what was your thoughts on the game?
I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you got to enjoy your team getting a good win on prime time. I cannot say the same for them sorry Cowboys, but as far as the Packers and Steelers game went, once again, I'm just not impressed with the Steelers. I'm sorry. That defense is severely underperforming. And I came in, I was like, this is going to be a top 10 unit. They ain't top 10 nothing. They spent all that money on the secondary. They went and traded for Jalen Ramsey. They went and signed Darius Slay in all season. They still can't guard. So it's like, what exactly do they do well on that front, on that side of the ball? In the offense simply put, they don't have enough dudes. Like DK Metcalf, he's been pretty solid this year, but once again, he's making silly mistakes, getting emotional, costing his team yardage. That went from a 3rd and 2 and where they could get in striking distance to when it was 3rd and 17, they had to punt the ball back to y'all because they obviously wasn't going to convert on 3rd and 17 against that defense. And then y'all went and scored the very next drive. So this is the type of stuff we're talking about. Like the Steelers, they just won't get over the hump with the way things are right now. Like Calvin Austin, he cool, but like he ain't no wide receiver too. I like Jalen Warren personally. He's not a lead back in my eyes. I mean, they just don't have enough dudes. It was Jimmy's and Joe's, and and Packers had them. They had the better dudes, and they played like it was close at the beginning, but then the second half happened. It was just floodgates is open. So, like I said, oh goodness, here you go. But yeah, man, Jordan Love had a great game. I ain't really have much gripes with his performance. Christian Watson came back and looked good. Made a really good catch that I forgot what part, but it was a really good. I was like, oh, that's a good catch by Christian Watson.
Was that the one that I just mentioned, or probably, was it another one?
Probably, yeah.
He did make a catch.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft, dude. Tucker Kraft, he like that. Like he's a good tight end. He reminds me of a little more athletic Witten in his prime because he's physical and as well he one block. He's a good tight end, man. He's good after the catch as well. So I like Tucker Kraft. Y'all got a good thing going on. Only thing is, I understand, but like you drafted Matthew Golden at 12, and he had 3 catches for like what 4 yards. How was that
Yeah.
possible?
Some of that is
And
on
then he
him.
deleted his Instagram. Like the brother is going through it. I know he's
Some of
happy
that
for
is
his
on
guys to
him.
win, but
Some of that is on him. Like he needs to, because I've seen videos where people would break down that he needs to like the way that he runs his routes, he's not running it correctly enough. Like there'll be certain routes that he needs to run and he's just not running it correctly. So there'd be times where, you think, oh, why are they not targeting Matthew Golden? Yeah, some of that is play calling, but some of that is he needs to remember some of the play calling and some of the route trees that he needs to run because some of that is that's on him. But I
so
will, yeah.
is he running the wrong route? Or he got that AD Mitchell thing where he's getting open, but it's taking him, it's messing up that he's not timing the route correct. Like he's doing all this feet fire stuff and he's not getting
Um,
to the break.
it's the release is fine. That I don't hear any criticism of his release. It's so you know how let's say you're running a comeback route and let's say the coach wants you to run 10 yards and then come back towards the ball. He runs 10, let's say he runs 10 yards, but he doesn't come back to the ball.
Oh,
That's kind of like an example. I'm not saying that he's doing that with that particular route, but it's like those intricate, minute details that
the
he
nuance.
still needs to understand and master in terms of a route runner. He's a good route runner, but he still needs to just master some of the basic things. And sometimes he can not do that all that well. But it's not like he's bad, like a bad route runner. It's just like there's certain times where like, hey, this is the route that you need to run. You ran that route 10 yards instead of 8. You need to run it 8. Should be 8, not 10. Like there's certain like small things that you need to do if you want to get the ball consistently. And then it's also play calling. I also think that with this offense, it's more designed to spread the wealth. It's not always about, oh, just one guy. Well, although Romeo Dobbs has, it seems like Love really likes to target Romeo Dobbs because he is a very he's a safety blanket, I would say, for Jordan Love so far. And it's weird that the Packers, I know, side note, it's weird that the Packers did not sign him already. I would have given him an extension by now. But it is what it is. I will say, and then we can move on. Lastly, Christian Watson coming back was huge for us. And it's not just because of his route running, his ability to get downfield. One thing that I never noticed until now was his run blocking. Him as a run blocker this game, he was outstanding. There was moments in that game where if he wasn't in that play, I don't think we would have been able to convert in certain instances. I think maybe it was the touchdown with Jacobs where he was involved and he had a good block, but there was just moments in that game where he really was valuable for this team in terms of a blocker. And that just lets you know why it's so important to be a what do they call it? Just a just like a every down wide receiver, not just a one trick pony, one dimensional where we're only going to have you on certain down and distances because you're not a good blocker. Like, no, this dude, in my opinion, with the way that he run blocked this past game, he could play every down for us if he's going to continue to do that. And that is how you win football games. That's how you win Super Bowls is you have guys that will do the dirty work, that will sacrifice. That's how you win. And for Christian Watson to do that in game number 1, he didn't even look like he's been out for 9 to 10 months. He looked like he's been this he's been playing for the entire season. It's crazy. This dude is a freak of nature. It's unbelievable. But I don't want to talk too much because I want to get to some other games. But yeah, man. Moving on. Let's go. We got to talk about it, bro. We got to do it, man. We got to get this out the way. Broncos, Cowboys. I had the Broncos winning this game.
As
I don't know. You had the Broncos as well? Okay. Ooh. I know that.
I already knew what type of time it was going to be. We ain't beat this team since 1995, and I said ain't nothing going to change in 2025. So I picked the Broncos.
In Denver too. Yeah, in Denver. So that was going to be a tough battle. But I wasn't able to watch this game, so good. I'll let you provide some breakdown of what went wrong, and yeah.
I'm gonna give you a multiple choice of what possibly could have went wrong this game, and I need you to pick. You can pick all of them that could apply. So A, the defense, B, the defense, C, the defense, or D, the defense.
Oh, so it's all of the above. Okay.
Exactly. All right. That defense was, man, Bo Nix looked like freaking John Elway out there against that defense. It was disgusting. R.J. Harvey and J.K. Dobbins looked like Terrell Davis and prime C.J. Anderson out there. It was absolutely disgusting. I hated every second watching that defense on the field. It was bad, man. And the moments when we did make a good play, oh, here comes a penalty, offsides. Oh, dang, that's unfortunate. Oh, we got a holding. Oh, defensive holding. Oh, who could have thought? It was just, I know the defense is battered up, secondary. They had me and you out there playing cornerback and DB, but that ain't no excuse, man. Like, they gave y'all opportunity and y'all just got in your own way yet again. Still can't stop the run. And it's like I'm repeating the same thing every single week. Win or loss, I still got to get on the defense because they always play so terribly. But the thing that really irked me, I knew the defense was trash. I expected the defense to underperform. But the thing that really got me was the offense today. The offense wasn't terrible, but they wasn't what they were these previous weeks. They looked out of sorts. You can credit to the Broncos pass rush because they was terrorizing us all game. Dak could barely had time to throw the football. Couldn't really stretch the field because Nick Bonito and them and companies pretty much in your lap by the time you hike the ball. But it's crazy because Pat Surtain went out early in the game, and we didn't take advantage. George Pickens was hot. No one could guard George Pickens. No one. He was giving everybody the minute. Riley Moss was out there getting abused. He was either getting pass interference calls or he was getting torched. It was ridiculous. They should have fed the hot hand to George Pickens and maybe would have had more successful offense. The thing is, here's the thing with the offense. Brian Schottenheimer, you are at the goal line. You didn't attempt one. You attempted one run at the 1 yard line, and we have the second leading rusher in the league at the time. Are you crazy? That is ridiculous, man. It's the situational play calling. Like, there was one play. We was down 13 points. I believe the score was, it was 14-27, I want to say.
Yeah.
We have the ball. It's 4th and 5. We're almost at midfield. You cannot punt right there. You can't. You just can't. You cannot rely on your defense to go out there and get a stop. And guess what the Broncos did? Went right down the field and scored. You cannot trust your defense in that situation. I'm sorry. It's 4th and 5 or less. Honestly, if it's 4th and 5 or less, I'm not punting the ball. I'm sorry. This is the defense is that status now. Listen, I live with the decision. We can't trust the defense because all they're gonna do is just give up a long drive, and then now you're in a deeper hole because now you have to overcompensate for the 7 points you just gave up, or your defense gave up, and then you gotta compensate for the time that they drained on running that offense because they just gonna run the ball. You can't stop the run. So I mean, I don't understand. Like, I want to put faith in your guys, but man, screw that. They stink. They stink. We're not punting this ball. Anything 4th and 5 or less, we're not punting. That's just what needs to be said in the team meeting, in the team huddle. But hey, guys, we tried to give y'all, put faith in y'all, but guess what? That ain't working. So guess what? We're not punting. So it is what it is because this is absolutely ridiculous. 3-4-1 got Arizona mess around coming Dallas and beat them. Kyler Murray undefeated at that stadium. So at this point, Save the picks. Don't even try unless you trade it for Max Crosby. Don't even trade not a single pick. We need every last one of them Jones going into the draft. This defense is far away from being one player away or two players away. They need a complete overhaul, top to bottom. We got to tear it down to build it back up. That was an embarrassing performance.
Wow.
This same defense, it was in a dogfight with the New York Giants. And we couldn't even put up 20 points. Say the picks, man. This season is a wash. I don't care what I don't care if we go off and win the next 3. We already know what's gonna happen come January. So I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it no more, man. I'm sorry. It's the same crap every year. Oh, we beat the team. We was competitive with the Packers. So I was like, okay, maybe a little something. Nope. Going against the Broncos and got belt immediately. Could tell what kind of game it was going to be. You got the freaking interception on the first drive of the game. Then you couldn't even get 7 on the other. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever.
Whose fault was that on an interception?
No, I'm talking about Bo Nix threw an interception the first drive.
Bo Nix,
like the second play of the game, he threw a pick.
Right.
So I was like, we might give it to him. Nope, wrong. Got to the 1-yard line and could not punch it in. And then that interception. Dak, I don't see. That's the thing. That's the thing with Dak. I love Dak. That's my guy. But when the going gets tough, he gets to go and throwing picks because he threw that seam ball. It wasn't even open. I'm like, what was going on? And that's the thing. Like, you cannot have your quarterback have to play out of a hole like that because when it's like that, people are like, oh, he be stat padding and shoot. He plays terrible when he's down like that. So I don't know where this stat pad narrative came from. When he's down, he starts stinking up the joint. In that second interception, it looked like CD was ran the wrong route. I don't know if he was supposed to run in or either way. That wasn't even a good throw. So it was the bad performance. Everybody played garbage except for like George Pickens, Javonte Williams. I ain't really see DeRon Bland getting cooked out there for real. So congrats. You was the less stinky of the trash, DeRon Bland. But that was a bad game. That was a bad game. And you still got these clowns in the post-game interviews. I think we're still a playoff team. Playoff where? In the UFL, sure. Not the NFL. And even if you do make the playoffs somehow, you ain't winning no games. Unless you play like some garbage team. Ain't no garbage teams in the NFC that's going to be in the playoffs. So I don't know what they thinking. I'm sick of this. And they won't fire Matt Eberflus because that's Jerry and them friend. Matt Eberflus needs to be gone tonight.
You said a lot there. I think what's interesting is like just how my Packers defense played versus how the Broncos defense played. So let me ask you this, because you mentioned how the corners. You mentioned one corner was getting actually cooked from the Broncos. And yeah. Do you think that the Broncos defense was just terrorizing the offense, or was it just guys were just BSing, like wide receivers were just BSing out there, like they weren't catching, like they dropping passes, guys don't understand their assignment, like was it something like that, or was the Broncos defense like were they really locking down?
It was this. Here's what happened. Okay, so boom. We get a positive play. Good yards. Oh, holding.
Okay, fly.
Now
okay.
It's second and 15 and plus. And then they expecting a pass because what you gonna do on 2nd and 15? You're gonna pass. So then they let the pass rush loose. Oh, Terrence Steele or Tyler Guyton got beat. They got insta beat. Oh, whoa, now it's 3rd and 15. And you already know Broncos one of the best. They actually the best team on 3rd down when it comes to defending 3rd down. So Now they really letting the dogs do. They sending blitzes and all kind of stuff. You can't do nothing with that.
So it's pretty much both beating yourself, biting yourself in the foot, and also because of that, Broncos taking advantage of that.
Exactly.
So
self-inflicted errors. Because when the offense was going and we was playing clean football, we would move the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that a good play would happen. Oh, got to come back. Or it's like we have a good play, then we do something silly, like end around the CD Lamb only goes for 2 yards, and that was 3rd and long. I'm like, okay, why would we call that? when they couldn't guard us at all for real.
Yeah, and I think also the Broncos. The difference between the Broncos and the Packers defense is they got Patrick Surtain and we don't. That's another thing. It's like the corner, like our corners are garbage. They're not disciplined at all. The only guy, even Valentine, didn't play well that game. He's probably our best coverage corner. And White went out, I remember, during that game as well. I just think the Broncos are a bit more disciplined, especially their corners, even though Riley Moss was getting baked, like you say, he's getting burnt. I think they're probably a bit more disciplined in the back end with the cornerbacks than our corners. I will say that. So that might have something to do with it. But like you said, biting yourself in the foot, self-inflicted wounds is going to hurt you overall. But yeah, man, I think you said pretty much all we needed to talk about because, my God, I'm still not all the way sold with Bo Nix. Like, I understand 4 touchdown passes, 4 touchdown passes. I don't give a
he wasn't even hoping like that, though. Like, these dudes was wide open.
4 touchdown passes, 4 touchdown passes. But my thing with Bo Nix is like, all right, when we get to Kansas City, I got to look at the schedule. Let me look at the schedule real quick because I'm curious. The next odd games, like what teams are they going to face? Obviously, AFC West, they got some pretty difficult teams. Like they have Houston next, which is it's pretty decent defense, but like Houston overall is not a great team. They got Vegas.
It's a little more than just decent. They made the Niners look like a JV team.
That's true. So we'll see how he looks against Houston. Vegas is garbage. Then they got Kansas City on November 16. They have a bye week. Commanders, they're garbage. Defense is garbage. Vegas again, they're garbage. Green Bay, that's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see that. Jacksonville, their defense is pretty decent. Then they got Kansas City again. Then they have the Chargers. So I will say Houston coming up, we'll see how they look. Kansas City on November 16th. And then after they go on that stretch where it's Washington and Vegas, then they're going to have the next 4 weeks where we're going to see if Bo Nix is that dude. If he can put up some
I don't think he is.
Good numbers because the last 4 weeks of the season, it's going to be pretty difficult for him. So I can't wait to see that.
Man, in my opinion, if you got the offensive firepower, you can compete with these dudes. I mean, seriously, like I know we got whooped up on them, but it was because of goofy stuff. Like this defense, you're giving up 40 points a game, like 4 games. Or 3 games out of the season. We only in week 8. Like, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's just like, if you got the firepower, you can compete with these dudes. I'm sorry. I like the defense. That pass was really good. But outside of Pat Surtain, that secondary can definitely be had.
Get shredded. Yeah. Moving on.
You can low-key run the ball on him, too.
Oh, yeah.
Javonte, he ain't have a bad game. Even Jaden Blue was able to knock off some solid chunk yardage. So it's not like they have this immovable defense or anything like that. But
all right, well, moving on. I want to talk about the Bears. The Bears versus Ravens. This is a game I was shocked. I thought the Bears had this in the bag. I thought given that Lamar Jackson is not going to play. But the Ravens, they elected to put in an old reliable backup quarterback, and that's Tyler Snoop Huntley. I don't know why they didn't have him as the backup in the first place instead of Cooper Rush, considering Tyler Snoop Huntley has played well for them as their backup. But now they said, you know what, let's put in Tyler Snoop Huntley, and he won them the game. He was really good for them. And on the other side, the Bears, I didn't get a chance to watch this game either, but just going off of some clips that I've seen, Caleb Williams again. Let me tell you something. We got one more month. It is October 27th.
You can't get the 40 game rule?
Thanksgiving is, 25th or something like that? Let me look at the calendar. 27th?
That's what I thought, but maybe it's not.
Let me look at the calendar real quick.
Thanksgiving, it is the 27th.
27th? We got a month. I'm giving him 1 month. If he don't show no improvement, y'all wait. Y'all wait for the segment.
Here's the thing, and before I get into this, I got a fun fact for you. You know how last week I was saying the NFC been whooping up on the AFC this year?
Yeah.
Shoot, not this past week.
No,
it was 6-1.
Yeah.
AFC was 6-1. Y'all were the only team to beat the AFC, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
it was 6-1. It might be 7. It might be 7-1 after the Chiefs do the Chiefs do the Commanders tonight. But
Yeah,
it was just like I was watching that game. I was watching through red zone, so I obviously didn't see every single snap, but I seen the important plays. And man, Caleb Williams,
he don't got it.
Not right now. He don't. He doesn't. He doesn't have it right now. I don't know what it is. Like he's not seeing it. He's not seeing it. He's late to something. He's not making the throws he needs to make. It's the same thing we've been saying since his rookie year. And it's crazy because you look at Drake May and his progression. Drake May's freaking balling.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're literally the number 1 seed in the AFC East. Who saw that coming? When they already had a weak schedule, but like Caleb Williams has all the weapons at his disposal. Even the run game was decent against the Ravens. Like, what more can you really ask for? You got to get the ball to your guys. And Ben Johnson, he's putting together a good scheme. Like, people are open. And it's just like Caleb Williams, he just can't do it. I'm really not understanding.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's funny how like I was watching the herd, I was watching Colin. He said, "Yeah, Caleb's just he's not a on time. He's not a quarterback. He's not a rhythm on time guy." I'm like, shouldn't every quarterback? Isn't that the requirement to be in rhythm and on time? So you're pretty much saying he can't play the position because if he's not on time, he's not in rhythm, then he can't play the position because that's the requirement that you need in order to be a decent level quarterback in the NFL. I understand Cam Newton, he wasn't the most accurate quarterback in the world, but when he needed to throw that football, he was going to make the plays that he needed to, running, throwing, etc. So if you want to use that example, by all means. But Cam Newton is only one guy. Caleb Williams just can't play the position right now. Like, for whatever reason, the things that you need in order to be good at playing quarterback in the NFL, he's just not good at doing that right now. His timing on his throws, even the easy throws, is just not there. He's always late. The throw to Roma Doomsday that got picked off. That one, I don't know if he was late or Rome was just covered too well. He was just covered, and he should have went to his second read. That's just something that he needs to improve on. And I don't understand how the first 3 weeks we saw getting better, and then after that he plateaued. It's like, oh no, we're regressing now. What the hell is going on? It makes absolutely no sense. Caleb Williams, the number 1 overall pick. How is this happening? I just don't understand. I made the video. Y'all can go watch the video. Jaden Daniels, where it's like I'm talking about Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams and how the two quarterbacks look completely different. One guy looks like a veteran in the league, 5 years plus, and the other guy looks like he's playing his rookie season. It makes absolutely no sense why Caleb Williams just looks this bad offensively as a quarterback. I just don't get it. When you come out of the draft and you're proclaimed as this generational prospect, you're a guy that people look to and said he can do things that not many other quarterbacks can do. You're getting compared to Patrick Mahomes. You're getting compared to Josh Allen because of your innate ability to extend plays, to make a lot of different off-platform throws, different ankle throws, and you get to the league and you look like freaking Anthony Richardson out there. Like, I can't believe this. It's mind-blowing to me how a quarterback with that much talent, who was that dominant in college, can just come into the league and look like a freaking mouse out there. Look like a deer in headlights against a bunch of wolves. That's what it looks like right now. He looks like a deer in front of a bunch of lions and wolves. It's sad. It really is sad. And I'm gaining a little bit of pity for Chicago Bears fans. I know Packer fan gaining a little bit of pity, but it's getting to a point now where it's just sad. Like, you had all this hope and optimism because you believe this quarterback was going to change your franchise for the better. And he just is the same old story of you draft a quarterback early with a bunch of talent, and the organization fails to develop that quarterback. It's a sad state of affairs. I hate to say it. It's a sad state of affairs.
It's disappointing. It truly is.
And you know what? I gotta also say this. Ryan Poles. Ryan Poles. I tell you what, it's unfortunate. A brother. It's unfortunate that it has to be him. But look, this is the job description. And when you fail, we on your ass. And I'm on your ass right now, bro, because you were very confident. You thought that this Bears, this organization, they were going to have the North for years to come. Ha! It ain't that simple. It is not that simple. And the fact that you proclaim Caleb Williams, he's our guy no matter what. You didn't even do enough homework on the other quarterbacks. Shame on you. Shame on you. And the fact that you kept Matt Eberflus for a year longer than he should have been is unbelievable. Imagine if they just let Matt Eberflus go and they hired a head coach and the coach was able to pick his own quarterback from that draft. You had 3 guys that you could have picked. You had Jaden, Drake, Caleb. Imagine if you had Ben Johnson picking one of the quarterbacks. But no, you said absolutely not. We're going to go a different direction. And now you're here. Now you're here. And I'm not mad. I'm actually happy. Anywho, yeah, the Ravens, now I'm seeing Vegas, they're favorite to win the division, which is kind of crazy considering
they think they can run that table once Lamar get back.
I need to see that defense play better though. That's all I gotta say. And if Lamar makes significant difference where Derrick Henry starts looking like last year's Derrick Henry, then we can have a conversation. But I'm still going with Steelers right now, just for the fact that the Ravens have a lot to do in order to get back into the race. So I'm still going with the Steelers. All right, let's move on. It was a bad week of football. I ain't gonna lie. It was some really bad matchups. I was just waiting for the 8:00 game, to be honest with you. Some other games. So Patriots and Browns. Drake May. He threw that one interception, but just like every game, he's resilient. He's able to bounce back, and he's able to just be unfazed when it comes to adversity. And this dude, Drake May, man, he continues to amaze me. He continues to improve week after week. And you know what's crazy, Brian? It's not like the dude is being protected all that well. Myles Garrett had 5 sacks this game. The other week, I think the offensive line gave up 4 sacks. Drake May is still getting hit. He's still getting hurt out there. But he's so resilient. He's so unfazed. He has a just a short-term memory that he's just still able to deliver the football accurately down the field. He reminds me of Andrew Luck in a sense, where Andrew Luck was getting absolutely obliterated when he was with the Colts before they finally invested in an offensive line towards the end of his career. Andrew Luck would get just absolutely just destroyed, thrown to the ground by a DN or D tackle, and he would get right back up, get to the line of scrimmage, and deliver the football down the field to T.Y. Hilton or Reggie Wayne his first year when he was in the league. That's who he reminds me of, man. Like just he's battle tested. He's his mental toughness. He just has all of that what you want for a quarterback, and he has swag to him. He has aura to him. I know I'm using aura, like come on now, but I'm just saying, man. Like Drake May, he's really the real deal. The best quarterback out of the 2024 draft class. He's in the MVP conversation, which is amazing. 2nd year in the league in an MVP conversation. I just really like what he's done so far. In this game, he had another really good game. I think he had over 3 touchdown passes, 18 for 24 passing, 282 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was sacked 6 times, and it didn't matter. They scored 32 points. How you get sacked 6 times and you still score 32 points? That makes no sense. That just lets you know how good he is. And then his passer rating was 135.8, which is absurd. So yeah, man, salute to Drake May. Any thoughts?
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel's terrible. He's awful. I mean, it's a point blank period. He's awful. And the fact Kevin Stefanski is still dying on this hill, he going down that hill straight to the unemployment line because you cannot justify having this dude still playing. He is horrible.
Yep.
Like seriously, that safety he threw, man, that is unacceptable. I know he's a rookie and all that, but like, dog, when is enough going to be enough? You're actively hurting the team with this foolishness. Like, and even if Shador isn't even much better, you have to at least try him out. I know he was injured or whatever the heck. How he get injured, he ain't get no reps. Anywho, but I think we'll see Shador in eventually. But as of right now, Dylan Gabriel's terrible. Like, he's not good. We've seen enough. People have gotten benched for less.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can't wait when Shador is starting. That's when I can finally watch Browns games because Myles Garrett had 5. How you have 5 sacks and you lose? That's crazy. That just lets you know how you know what the Browns are when you have 5 sacks just from you and you still lose the game by a large margin. It's just bad, man. It's bad Cleveland. Bad Cleveland. Disaster. Let's move on. Bills versus Panthers. No Bryce Young. Even if they had Bryce Young, they probably would have lost. The Bills won convincingly. 40-9. James Cook was the star of the show. 216 on the ground. 19 carries, 2 touchdowns. Probably his best game of his career. The dude was absolutely amazing. Josh Allen didn't really have to do much because of James Cook's brilliance because he only threw the ball 19 times for 163 yards and 1 touchdown. Shoot, I wish my team would had the fortune of having my QB only throw the ball 19 times and we win the game by freaking like 4 scores. Shoot, hey, I wish I had that luxury. But anywho, we don't have to really spend too much time about this. Do you have any thought at all about this game?
No, Andy Dalton's terrible. That's pretty much all I got for you.
Yeah. And Rico Dowdle it seems like they're still trying to give Chuba Hubbard some burn. He had 12 carries, but Rico Dowdle had 8 carries for 54 yards.
He just has more juice right now.
Bro, Chuba Hubbard had 12 carries with 34 yards, 2.8 yards per carry. Rico Dowdle had 8 carries, 54 yards, 6.8 yards per carry. That's enough said. Rico Dowdle is a better back. Enough said. I don't know what I get it. You just paid Chuba, but enough said. Enough said. Giants, Eagles. Unfortunately, Cam Scatterboo, he had that ankle injury. He's going to be out for the season. It's unfortunate after how he's played this season. It's really unfortunate to see. It just seems like when everything has gone right for the Giants, something just seems to derail them. And unfortunately, that's injuries with Malik Neighbors beginning of the season, and now you have Cam Scatterboo towards the middle of the season. It just really sucks. Both really good offensive talent that Jackson Dart is not going to have at his disposal for the rest of the year. But I want to just say the Eagles, no A.J. Brown. They still were able to prevail. I picked the Eagles to win this game. I think you also picked the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts had 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions. I don't think he exceeded 200 yards. I think he had like 170-something yards. He didn't have a lot of passing yards this game, but the offense gelled.
He had 179.
Yeah, something like that. The offense gelled. Saquon Barkley was able to get it going on the ground. He did get hurt in the middle of the game, but he still was able to produce really well when he was in the game. So the Eagles, they just dominated. I will say, though, the Giants were in that game until that questionable you know what I'm talking about, right? That questionable decision by the refs.
Questionable is putting it lightly. I got a whole rant on that.
What was it? It was a fumble, right? And they said that, and at first we thought, oh, the Giants recovered the fumble, but then afterwards the refs said no, that was was it a incomplete pass?
Forward progress or something stupid. You talk about on the tush push?
I forget what it was.
I'm breaking down what happened. I see you in the chat, Milan. We're gonna get to you. We're gonna get to your coach in a minute here. But so here's what happened. The Eagles went for their signature tush push, the worst play in the NFL. And so Jalen Hurts, he was still making forward progress. Kayvon Thibodeau saw him coming this direction. He grabs the ball, takes the ball away, resulting in what should have been a fumble. The refs come out and say, "Oh, we ruled their forward progress," and they said they blew the whistle. The whistle blew the play dead, but it didn't. We saw the replay. There was not a single whistle heard. Yeah. So you mean to tell me they can start tush pushing for as long as they can to get yardage, but the moment the defender makes a play on the ball, all of a sudden we ruled it forward progress and the play we blew the play dead. Come on, man. This is exactly why this play is going to get freaking banned. Because if you can't officiate it properly, then get it out the game. Because first I was like, we're gonna make sure the players ain't false starting. They still false starting. We're gonna make sure they lined up. They still lined up in the neutral zone. We're gonna make sure now you can't determine what's forward progress or what's a live ball. Like this is what I'm talking. This is absolutely getting banned. I'm willing to put a lot of money on this play getting banned this offseason.
Should have happened last year.
To do something.
Should have happened last. Hey, Packers.
It should have.
Mark Murphy. We tried. We tried.
That officiating for that entire game was absolute. Man, I don't even like the Giants like that because they division, but they got absolutely hosed by the refs that game. It was atrocious. I couldn't even watch it. I was like, this is getting ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to talk about the Chiefs getting favoritism from the refs. Y'all seen the Eagles game? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's tush push, man. It's
oh my goodness, I can't stand watching that team. Oh yeah, goodness,
that tush push is ridiculous. But let's move on real quick. Let's go to the other games. Let's see here.
You know, I want to talk about the Colts in Titans game. Boy, I, as a non-fan of I love the Colts. They're such a fun team, man. They won me over fully. I really like the Colts, man. Jonathan Taylor, he is having an MVP caliber season, as Milan said in the chat right there. He's going crazy, and I love his touchdown celebration too. It's hard. I can't even lie. But yeah, Daniel Jones. Did you know that this past game was the first game Daniel Jones took a sack on third down?
Oh, I didn't know that.
That should let you know how efficient that offense has been. Because they're representing on everybody. I know the Titans aren't a good team, but still, like we beat the brakes off them boys. And that is a divisional game. And you know how division games get, even if the team is kind of smelly. But yeah, the Colts, they're playing a really good football team. I'm playing good football. They're really separating themselves from the pack of the AFC. It's clearly tiered as they're up there with them and the Chiefs, and then literally everybody else at that point. Because I haven't seen any other team that has done what the Colts have done in these 8 or so weeks. They just continue to roll, man. I don't really see which team is standing in their way. Obviously, you know, it's still got a lot of football left to be played, but as it stands right now, the Colts, I really hope they make a good run in the playoffs, get a new team in the AFC Championship or something. But yeah, I'm impressed.
It's a great story. Very talented team. We'll see November 23rd when they play Kansas City at Kansas City, which is going to be a hostile environment. Surprised that's not a primetime game. It's on 1 o'clock game, which is weird.
It should be flexed. That's what they need.
It should be. But man, that's going to be an interesting matchup. I'm looking at the rest of their schedule. They have Pittsburgh. They have Atlanta. Atlanta is I think they play in Atlanta at I want to say, is it either London or like Brazil or something? It's some overseas place. I forget where. It's a 9:30 game, which is, oh my God. Then they have Kansas City. After that, they have Houston. They have Jacksonville, Seattle, San Francisco, Jacksonville, Houston. So
that's a
light little schedule.
You think it's light?
I think Kansas City is going to be a major test, and Seattle. I give you Seattle. But Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Houston, Jacksonville, San Francisco.
I don't think Houston is as bad as people try to give it up.
You don't think Houston is bad?
Houston, despite their record, they have a plus 37 point differential. usually you could be like, that is a sign of a decent team. I don't think the Texans are as bad as people make it out there. That offensive line is still god awful, but I think they're a better team than people give credit for.
They're
Colts
not a
got
bad
Chiefs in the
team,
23.
but they're not a good team.
Chiefs will struggle to stop the Colts. Honestly, Colts got the best line in the league as it stands right now,
Yeah, they
along
do.
with the Broncos, because
They do.
they
For sure.
really protecting Daniel Jones. He hasn't really been having to do a whole Daniel Jones. He's been balling.
My concern is that, let's say they face a team and the offensive line isn't able to hold up consistently. What is Daniel Jones going to look like then? That's my biggest takeaway. Because remember, last year, I'm looking at the Colts. Now, the Colts are better than this team, but like the Vikings. For example, remember the Vikings? I think they only lost like 2 or 3 games in a regular season, and people are like, "Whoa, the Vikings, man, they look really good." And then postseason comes around, and that offensive line looks absolutely atrocious against the Lions and against the Rams in the playoffs. And Sam Darnold doesn't play all that well, and he's throwing interceptions. I'm wondering with Daniel Jones, can Daniel Jones overcome a mediocre offensive line if they aren't able to protect him consistently, passing wise and also run blocking wise? I'm wondering, what are they going to do? What is Daniel Jones going to do in those predicaments? Because Kansas City, we already know the defensive coordinator for Kansas City, one of the best of all time. So I'm curious how they're going to be able to figure out exactly how to overcome something like that. And I'm waiting for that to happen. Colts are destroying teams, which the Vikings never did. Vikings were skating by a lot. Colts are a better team than Minnesota.
I agree
Skating
with Colts
by
are better. Now, the Vikings had some good wins. They beat
had
the
some
crap
good
out
wins.
the Texans
They
last
beat
year.
the hell out of my Packers team. I don't know who you talking
Yeah.
about. Skating by. They won convincingly against my Packers team.
But
Twice.
I think he might be saying they skated by against teams that's like, I guess, like comp or contender, like the Lions. They I don't think they beat the
They
Lions
didn't beat
last
the
year.
Lions. I give them that. They didn't beat them.
And
No,
the
I'm saying
Rams,
the Colts.
they didn't beat the Rams. Both meetings they played, they didn't beat them.
I agree. I agree that the Colts are a way better team. I'm just saying, in terms of the similarities when it comes to quarterbacks, how is Daniel Jones going to fare when the line isn't able to hold up consistently? Because right now it's been damn near perfect for him outside of that Rams game, I want to say. Is he going to still be consistent? Is he going to still be able to deliver the football down the field consistently without turning the ball over, making mistakes, if the offensive line isn't able to protect him at a consistent rate? Because we've seen quarterbacks, I'll bring in Jordan Love, for example, who is still able to play good football when the line isn't perfect. I'm wondering, can Daniel Jones do that?
One thing I'll give Daniel Jones this over like a guy like Sam Darnold. We at least seen what Daniel Jones looks like in the playoff setting, when he was with the Giants a few years back. But he has won a playoff game. We haven't seen Sam Darnold in the playoffs before, so that was like uncharted territory. At least you kind of have an idea of what Daniel Jones can be in that playoff setting. He was on the road too against the Vikings, so
To be fair, Jones leads the NFL in passer rating under pressure. I have to watch the film. I don't like. To me, I get you bringing up these numbers. There's context. There's always context behind certain numbers. So I have to watch the film to get a better assessment of exactly how Daniel Jones is faring against the blitz, against pressure, because just throwing numbers like that, there's always context to that type of stuff. So um, I know I'm rambling around, but that's just the way it is, because there's like certain numbers that can skew um, just what's going on in reality sense.
I
I
have
mean,
heard that from people
I'm
who watch the breakdown film. They say he's been good stepping up in the pocket and stuff.
I mean, I'm not saying he hasn't. Listen, he's been very effective this year. I'll give him credit. I just have to see more before I can come to this idea that Daniel Jones can lead them to an NFC championship, to AFC championship game, or to a Super Bowl. The Chiefs game is really going to show me a lot of just what Daniel Jones is made of. So
Yeah, that Chiefs game is really going to be a big indicator.
big
But as
game.
it stands
So
right now, I like them against anybody in the AFC.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
outside the Kansas City.
yeah. So Anywho, let's move
Let's
on.
move.
Let's move on.
Appreciate you for stopping by,
Yeah,
Milan.
appreciate you for the comments. Definitely like people in our comment section giving us questions and certain stuff. So that really is good. Yeah, engagement. Let's go to the real quick Jets Bengals. Jets finally got their first win. I didn't see this game, but I heard that the Jets were down by a lot and they were able to come back in that game. They scored 23 points in the fourth quarter alone, which is unbelievable. Justin Fields, he had 244. He had one touchdown. Brees Hall had a really good game, 18 carries, 133 yards, rushing, 2 touchdowns. I think he may have also threw for a touchdown as well.
He did.
So, man, he had himself a day. And, no Garrett Wilson. They're still able to win. Jamar Chase only had 91 yards receiving, 12 receptions, though. Joe Flacco going to target him. Hey, one thing Joe Flacco going to do, he's going to target him to Jamar Chase. Anywho, real quick, any thoughts? I mean, two bad teams.
Man, Justin Fields, he had a really good game. This is probably one of the best games I've seen him play, even though the stat sheet may not reflect it. But the way he was able to handle pressure, he made some really good throws that game too against guys. You be like, no, Garrett Wilson, shoot, he was finding, he was still finding guys. He didn't overly rely on his legs. Yeah, he had 11 rush attempts, only 31 yards. But, I mean, Justin Fields played the best game I've seen him play in quite some time. Like you said, Brees Hall was going crazy. The Bengals on the other end, I don't know. I understand Joe Flacco, feeds your number one guy, but, dog, T. Higgins had one catch. Look, let me show you the splits of catches. Jamar Chase, 12 receptions. T. Higgins, 1 reception. Noah Fant, 3. Chase Brown, 3. Tanner Hudson, who the heck is that? 1 reception. Samaje Perine, 1 reception. That you can't win football like that.
Mm-mm.
And that Bengals defense, you are god awful. You let you let the Jets without Garrett Wilson score 39 points on you at the crib.
Mm-hmm.
Someone needs to get fired.
Yeah, somebody needs to get fired. Yeah. Well, that's why they're a bad team. Let's move on. Dolphins, Falcons. I had the Falcons win this game, despite the fact that the Falcons were dealing with injuries. I just thought the Dolphins were just that bad. But, man, Tua had 4 TDs, only had 6 incompletions, 20 for 26, 205, 4 touchdowns. Man, Jalen Waddle, he had a day, 5 receptions, 99 yards, 1 touchdown. Achane only had 67 yards receiving. But I believe Achane, he was all right, 5 receptions, 24 yards, 1 touchdown. He pretty mediocre day for Achane standards, but it didn't really matter because Tua was outstanding, even with the eye injury. Any thoughts on that game? I don't know exactly how difficult it was for Tua, but hey, 4 touchdown passes.
The Dolphins they was on fire from offense this game, but this is more of a Falcons loss to me because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. That defense, that pass rush didn't matter. The pass rush was non-existent. I don't know if Jalen Walker must really move the needle that much because the past 2 games he's been out. The Falcons been looking horrible on that end. And I mean, it's just bad. Bijan, they didn't even give Bijan a shot.
Nope.
He had 9 carries. I know he was playing down for most of the game, but you can't. Kirk Cousins shouldn't be throwing 31 passes his first game starting in I don't know how long. It's ridiculous, man. So Raheem Morris, he's getting fired after this year. Raheem Morris, he's getting fired. Whoa. If you miss the playoffs after what they expect, you're getting fired. I'm sorry because some of the decision making it was terrible. He's a defensive coach, and your defense was getting cooked. And then freaking the offensive coach is it Zach Robinson?
Yeah,
he trash too. Fire Zach Robinson before you fire Raheem Morris because this is man. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. You have all these weapons, you could have utilized none of them. Kirk Cousins did not look. He wasn't the main reason they lost. He ain't look good though. This team has a flaw. I don't think they have an identity. on offense. I really don't. You have one of the best running backs in the league on your team, and you can't get anything going. Like they're a bad situational football. I agree. The play calls aren't creative. They aren't putting their players in the best position to succeed. Like Bijan Robinson, he was heralded out of college as being a dual threat back. He can catch the ball and run between the tackles with the best of them. They're not really using him in the pass. I don't know, man. The Falcons fans should be very disappointed with this team's recent performances, because it's unacceptable. You get beat at the crib. This is the second team you lost to where you was favorited to win, and you just got completely blown out.
I agree with you on that front. The fact, yes, obviously you lose your starting QB in Michael Penix, and you lose one of your top edge rushers in Jalen Walker. Understandable, but where's the fight? Where's the fight? Where is the just where is it, man? Where is it? Because 34-10 against one of the top 3 worst teams in the NFL, against a team that has been struggling all year with all the drama that has been going on with them. You come into this game giving up 34 points to that team. That just goes to show the mentality of the head coach, the mentality of the coaching staff, and their inability to, like you mentioned, put their players in the best position to succeed. They're not buttoned up all the way. They're not as disciplined as you would like them to be. We saw this last year. There were signs last year where we're like, man, this is going to be a much better year. No more Arthur Smith. This Falcons team is finally going to go places. And the same results. And this year, we see the same thing with Raheem Morris, just bad decision-making, just certain things where you just look at them like, really? Like why aren't we playing better?
Be ready to play.
Why aren't we playing better? So this is just same old Falcons. That's all I can really say. It's the same old Falcons. My cousin's a Falcons fan, and I'm curious how he's feeling right now. He's probably down in the dumps. He's probably pissed off. When I talk to him again, I'm curious to see what he's gonna say. But like, yeah, man, it's just been bad this year, bro. No consistency. How do you beat the Bills and then a couple of weeks later you look like you're one of the worst teams in the NFL? It makes no sense. That just goes to show the head coach. You got to look at the coaching staff at that point.
Yeah, because the GM did his job. He traded up to get guys and made the moves in the offseason, signed some dudes, and the team out there playing like that. You got to look at the coaching.
Yeah, 49ers and Texans. I had the 49ers win this game. I just thought that the 49ers.
I was going to pick the Texans to win, but I was like, I'm going to be a coward and pick the 49ers. Won't make that mistake no more.
But yeah, the Texans won this game 26-15. CJ Stroud had a pretty decent game, 39 for 30, 318 passing, 2 touchdowns. He had that 1 interception, but it didn't matter. 0 sacks. 0 sacks. They didn't allow a sack. Pretty good for the Houston Texans.
What I tell you about Mikael Williams, I told you he was going to be a part. I don't know why they drafted him that high just for him to be a run defender. I blew my mind. They could have traded back and got him.
Yeah. But yeah, man, the San Francisco 49ers wasn't their proudest day. They're still 5-3, but it seems like the injuries piled up for them this game because Mac Jones, he didn't have the greatest game, 19 for 32, 193 passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. QBR of 74, passer rating 84.5. McCaffrey didn't do anything on the ground, 8 carries, 25 yards, 3.1 yards per carry, and 0 touchdowns. And the receivers didn't do much either, outside of George Kittle with that 1 touchdown.
The crazy thing is, man, Mac Jones didn't even play bad. Mac Jones was actually solid. It's just the defense, they couldn't stop anything. They was committing penalties and all kind of stuff. Yeah, CJ Stroud looking like his rookie season out there, and they couldn't do nothing. Even without Nico Collins, he was still out there hooping. So, salute to them. Running game, Woody Marks was getting good carries. Chubb as well. That 49ers defense, they have too many injuries to overcome at this point on that side of the ball. And oh my goodness, Jawan Jennings had a mean drop. I was like, I can't believe this. And you trying to get paid all this money? So the 49ers, they just injury riddled. That's just what it is. And you can't get CMC going because your run blocking is not good. that zone run was not going to work against that Texas defense. So they just couldn't get it going offensively, man. That's what happens.
All right, let's move
We got
on.
our coach.
Buccaneers versus Saints. This was an ugly win for the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield didn't have his best showing, only 15 for 24 passing, 152 yards, but they did win 23-3. Salute to the defense for the Buccaneers for holding the Saints to only a field goal. But yeah, sometimes during the season, you're going to have those games where the offense is just not producing all that well, and defense going to have to show up, and they did against the divisional rival, divisional opponent, albeit it is the Saints, one of the worst teams in the NFL. But, hey, they muddied it out and got themselves a win, won convincingly 23-3, and that's all you can really say. I'm not the hugest believer in the Buccaneers as a contender. I know a lot of people keep throwing the Buccaneers in that contender group, which is fair enough. I just think at a certain point, there's going to come a time where they're going to go up against a talented team like a Detroit, which they did, and they lost convincingly, or maybe even a Green Bay or some other team like the Rams, and their defense is not going to be able to hold up. And I'm wondering, can this offense? It's a really good offense. Let me say that it's a really good offense, and they're dealing with injuries. I don't think Bucky Irvin played in this game either. So
no Bucky Irvin, no
Mike
Godwin,
Evans,
of course,
obviously.
no Mike Evans,
yeah. So maybe when they get some of those guys back, the offense will get a bit better. But at this point, they are 6-2, which is a great sign. I think out of all the teams, if we're putting them in a contender group, I would probably put them at the last. It's the last team in terms of contenders. I just think they have so many holes defensively and even to a certain extent offensively because of the injuries that I'm a bit hesitant. Baker has been playing really well these past couple of weeks. He's been kind of against that MVP conversation is starting to plummet a bit, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but they're still 6-2.
I don't know if you know, Aaron, Milan. Please let me know in the chat if you've been paying attention to a lot of Saints, but I don't think Spencer Rattler does. I feel like he hasn't been that bad this year.
No, I don't think he's so.
I don't like to get benched. I know that interception he threw was unacceptable. You cannot throw that. You cannot have something like that happen. But I don't think he was that bad this year to get benched like that. Like Tyler Shuck is terrible. Was he really that bad? Like, yeah, okay. So I'm not tripping. He hasn't been bad. So like, I don't understand. I feel like the Saints would probably just like, well, we drafted this dude in the first round. It would be a shame if it would look. Oh, they drafted in the second round.
Second round, yeah.
Oh, but they're like, I don't know. Saints just trying stuff at this point.
All right, let's move on.
I think that's it. Outside unless you want to talk about the Vikings.
Vikings. I didn't even watch this game. I was watching basketball.
You ain't missed much. Carson Wentz is terrible, and now we just learned he's having season-ending shoulder surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Was out there for no reason.
Yeah, I saw that.
Vikings have a problem.
Yeah,
they have a big QB problem.
It's funny. It's really funny how like they were banking their future on JJ McCarthy, which is, I mean, listen, you want to fill the holes on your team, and you say, hey, we drafted this guy top 12, we moved up to get him. Hey, maybe let's see what he got, and we can fill some guys on this team. We can fill some flaws on this team. Let's do it. And boy, has it been a disaster so far. He has just not been able to play. And even when he did play, he wasn't all that impressive. I can't wait to see him play again because I'm curious, is he bad? Is he really god-awful? Because it's still a small sample size. But I'm on the side of I don't think he's good. But I can't come to conclusions yet because it's such a small sample size. He only played, 3 games?
Like 2.
It's like 2. So how can I just come to conclusions like that? I feel like he's a bit different than Caleb Williams in a sense because Caleb Williams, we had last year and then we have halfway this point of the season. So you could say, hey, Caleb Williams sucks. But with JJ McCarthy, I'm still like, okay, let me give him let me give him at least 7 to 8 starts before I say, all right, this guy is garbage. So that's where I'm at with the Vikings. I'm not a believer. I said they were going to finish third in this division. Right now, they might finish last. Yeah, they might finish last at this point. It's looking really bad for them right now.
That's why you don't gamble at the QB position.
I think also their offensive line has been a bit shaky this year as well.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. And Dallas Turner, I heard Dallas Turner has been a major disappointment as well. So you drafted JJ and Dallas Turner in the same draft, and they haven't produced for you. It's not looking too good in Minnesota, man. Not looking too good. Yeah, I think that's it. Now we had the Monday night game. Let's talk about the Monday night game real quick. So we have Chiefs versus Commanders.
I've heard a whole bunch.
Let me tell you something. I'm 99% sure that the Chiefs are going to win this game outright, unless Patrick Mahomes just, knock on wood, gets hurt, or Patrick Mahomes just, I don't know, the Monstar steals his ability to throw the football consistently. I just think the Chiefs are going to win this going away. It's going to be a blowout. The Chiefs, when they are just overwhelming favorites, when they have a way better team than their opposition, if they don't play with their food, they're going to whoop your ass. And I'm thinking it's 40 to like, I don't know, 40 to 14 or something like that. I think it's going to be one of those type of scores where like the Chiefs are just overwhelmingly better than the Commanders in this game. And yeah, I will say this, and then I'll turn it on to you. We talked about this when Jaden Daniels was coming into the league, not protecting himself. He takes too much punishment. His inability to slide when he needs to.
Oh, just a quick interruption. Got some this kind of breaking news. Pat
Surtain
to miss 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah,
with a pectoral.
Yeah, that really sucks. Really sucks for the Broncos. Arguably the best player. Matter of fact, he is the best player on the Broncos. He's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks. Good luck. I think they have the Chiefs on their schedule, like I mentioned, coming up. They do have some games where they can win easily. Vegas, Commanders. Well, if Jaden Daniels doesn't come back. I also heard reports that they're trying to be cautious with Jaden Daniels. But, yeah, it's no Patrick Surtain. Good luck. Hey, Jahdae Barron, hey, got to show up for me. Got to show up. They drafted you high up for a reason.
Get back to the Commanders, bro.
Anywho, get back to the Commanders. Get back to the Commanders and Chiefs. Yeah, man, we talked about this like years ago with Jaden Daniels, and there was actually videos of people breaking stuff down to where Jaden Daniels, he puts himself in precarious situations to where he's getting hit when he should have slid, RG3 comparisons, all this stuff. And this season showed us just exactly why people were worried coming into his rookie year. It's the fact that he doesn't protect himself and he doesn't slide when he needs to. And so far this season, we barely seen him play. And it's because he's gotten hit a lot and he hasn't protected himself. And it's just sad, man, because I like Jaden Daniels. I like him as a person. I like him as a football player. And to see injuries derail him like this, it's unfortunate, especially knee injuries. Like that really sucks. It really sucks. So I just hope that when he does come back, that he can just protect himself, man.
You know what's crazy?
Slide. Yeah.
All of those injuries have happened in the pocket. So, I don't even think it's him putting himself in harm's way. It's that his frame, he's not like a bigger QB. He's more like a slim, like a Lamar type QB where, he doesn't really have that frame to take a bunch of hits in the pocket. And his pressure to sack ratio is towards the bottom of the league. So he's not getting the ball out. Like, one thing I wish he doesn't live to fight another play. Like, he'll try to make something happen when sometimes the play is there. There's nothing wrong with throwing the ball away. I'll be looking at you, I'm like, dude, please throw the ball away. Because it's bad sometimes.
But those hits add up. Those hits add up.
They do.
Even so, okay, you could say, well, most of the injuries happen inside the pocket, but like, okay, what about those other hits that he took where he was outside the pocket, he was running?
Yeah,
That
he does seem to get
could
hurt
add up.
trying to do too much sometimes.
Remember the Packers? Remember the Packers game?
Yeah,
Remember
he
what
was doing
happened?
all that stuff around, and yeah,
Exactly. So those hits add up, man. I'm telling you,
but
those hits add up.
yeah, the Commanders, they're having a really disappointing season, mostly because like injuries have been piling up both sides of the ball. They lost Dorrance Armstrong last week for the year.
Mhm.
I don't believe Deron Payne was questioned. I don't know if he's playing or not. But the injuries have decimated them, and Terry
Yeah.
missed a few weeks, and then Debo missed the last game. It's just this is not the
Yeah.
season that they expected after coming off that NFC Championship appearance. Man, I tried to tell them
Yep.
that listen, hold your horses. Just because you made it there once, don't mean you were shooing to even get back to the playoffs.
Yep.
Like we see how the Lions they was in the championship game and they thought they was gonna run it back and they ain't even they lost to the divisional round to the Commanders. So this is a year-to-year league for real. Like there's only a few teams that's really in it year in and year out. It's the Lions, Chiefs, Eagles, Bills,
Yeah.
I guess, and I guess if you want to put the Ravens, not this year, but the
No, not
Ravens
this.
usually. But
Most
other
of the
than that, it's really a toss-up. Like especially NFC, stuff changes very rapidly, and I ain't had a heart to tell them at the time, but they seeing it now. Fans ready to jump off the ship for what I've been seeing, but it's really bad. But I don't expect them to win this game. I do think they'll cover the spread though, even though Chiefs are overwhelmingly favorites at home. 10.5 is a lot of points. I think the score ends up like 28-18, something like that.
Really?
Marcus Mariota ain't no scrub.
Okay.
No, he's really not. Like seriously, like
Against
I'm
the
so
Chiefs.
like,
Against the
not,
Chiefs. All right.
he's
All right.
actually
We'll see.
undefeated against the Chiefs, surprisingly.
All right.
At Arrowhead too.
Here we go. I
I'm just
remember that
saying,
game. I remember that game when he had that famous run when he was a Titan. I remember that game. I do. I don't.
Exactly. I'm just saying, Mariota hasn't been a bad QB ever since he got to Washington.
Has he ever beat Mahomes though? That's the question. Because I remember. I think he beat Alex Smith in the playoff game, but that's Alex
That was
Smith.
literally the year before Mahomes started.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, listen. I still think it could be 28-18. They're going to lose though. They don't have the dudes. That defense is bad.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have speed. They're not very disciplined. They don't have pass rush, and they even lost even more pass rush if Deron Payne is out and Dorrance Armstrong. He was their best edge rusher. So if he's out for the season, where are they getting pass rush from? So it's going to be bad. Pat Mahomes is going to throw a party back there.
Yep, he's the odds-on favorite for MVP right now, and I think he's going to continue that trajectory going into tonight's game. You mentioned how like you didn't want to tell Commanders fans this. Sometimes the saying like, "Hey, sometimes you just gotta allow people to make mistakes and learn from it themselves."
They got to touch the
Sometimes
stove.
I was just about to say sometimes they got to touch a hot stove to learn to not touch a hot stove, and that's the Commanders. Some of these Commanders fans right now is they just got to learn the hard way.
Like what's funny? The Commanders fans in the group, it was really just one. He was like, "I can't believe we lost to the Cowboys." I'm like, "What does that say about your team in the standing with your squad?"
Yep. All right.
Like, oh my gosh, we really lost to the Bears. What does that say about your team? Like you're pointing the fingers in the wrong. You almost there. You're almost there. You're just not you're not connecting the dots just yet.
All right. The final segment of the day, man. Here we go. The salute segment, Brian. It was a lot. It was a lot of good performances this week. My gosh, it was a lot of good individual performances. But Brian, who are you saluting this week?
All right. Salute segment week 8 NFL did not include in the Monday Night Football game. First on the docket, we have Jonathan Taylor yet again making the salute segment appearance. 153 yards on 12 carries. He had not one, not two, but 3 touchdowns for what is this? He broke a record for having 3 touchdowns in a game against the same opponent, I believe. Salute to Jonathan Taylor. 2, we got James Cook, Buffalo Bills, going absolutely crazy. 216 yards on 19 carries, folks. That is 11.4 yards carry. Looking like me on CFB 26 out there. 2 touchdowns as well. Hey, man, salute James Cook. And I know the rule is we don't put losers on a salute segment, but it would be a crime to leave Myles Garrett off of this list. He had not 1, not 2, not 3, 4, but 5 sacks, 7 QB pressures, 5 QB hits. This man, it's criminal that they couldn't get a win with that kind of performance. Salute Myles Garrett. And last but not least, I felt peer pressure to put this guy on here, but I don't care. Jordan Love, Green Bay Packers in prime time against the Steelers on the road in them nasty uniforms, by the way. He had 360 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 89 QBR, and 134 passer rating, I believe. Getting it done, prime time against his former QB. Hey, salute Jonathan Taylor, James Cook, Myles Garrett, and Jordan Love. Salute.
Forgot to mention 20 straight completions.
Oh yeah, the 20 straight completes. How could I forget?
Man. That's the number one reason why I say, yo, you gotta put Jordan Love on there. I love it. I'm glad that you put Jordan Love.
Honorable mention would be Breece Hall. But,
Breece Hall was good.
Yeah.
There was also you could Bo Nix had 4 TDs. Drake May had a really good game. Jalen Hurts had 4 TDs. It was a lot of really good performance.
No, Jalen Hurts is not seeing this list. No
Again,
more. He had his one appearance. He's done.
He's done.
I could have put Saquon on here.
Tucker Kraft also had a really good game as well. Tucker Kraft was amazing. Oh, Saquon was also really good. Yeah, there was a lot of really good performances this week, man. But I love the list, the salute list. You get all right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Courtside Podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the notification bell, follow the social, and we will see you all on the next episode of Courtside Podcast. Thank you guys for watching, and see you later. Peace.
Salute.